Domingue with the 38-year-old on course to join the top time nation appearance record as the teams look to see where they will be starting kickoff from. At this time of night, it's not going to really impact either. With fans scarce, at least they can look to get the ball rolling as swiftly as possible. Elias Pelembe, the captain of Mozambique, and Mehdi Kagere, the goal-getter as well for Rwanda.
Captain! Rwanda, let's go, please! Captain!
Kagere it is rather who's looking to overcome Haruna Niyonzima's record as the top scorer for Rwanda, the Simba striker, currently based in Tanzania with 7 goals in 7 appearances for his club. 22 goals in 16 appearances. A prolific Simba striker. Stelio Ernesto, the midfielder there in shot. As we look to get going with this, the opening game in Group L of the African Cup of Nations 2023 qualifiers. Rwanda with an early start. Looking to make inroads on the left flank, but just running it out of play. Rafael York coming back from Sweden to participate with his international colleagues. As Mozambique drive on through their defenders. Looking to create something a little bit more incisive. Zainadine Jr. Out wide to Rafael. Well, you can see Mozambique there immediately playing with one lone striker up top. They'll be seeking out Stanley Ratifo, the number 13. That's well won in the air by Rwanda. But the Mambas have it back. Ball retention is surely key in a match like this, with a quick, fast pace. In atmospheric conditions, very light. Certainly a very tiring game at that. Out wide to Sitoe. And back to the left-hand side. This is an opportunity for a cross here. But it's well defended out by the Rwandan defense. Back into play, and the keeper should smother this up. Kwizera there. Safe hands on the ball. The Rayon Sports goalkeeper, he's also had a stint here in South Africa with Free State Stars. This is now his 13th cap for Rwanda, having also made 3 appearances in the AFCON qualifiers in 2021. Rwanda starts again on the ball. This is Manzi Thierry, back to the goalkeeper. A bit of a risky ball down the middle. Imani Shemwe down the line, but not able to keep it in play by Heki Zimina. Mozambique playing at quite a frantic pace there. Mandaya on the ball. A patient build-up back to Mandaya. Looking for that through ball, but the speed just a little bit too much for Elias Palembe, the captain. Or Quizera, he is not without fault. Has been known to get caught up in a challenge or two, sent off against Cameroon in a 0-0 draw back in 2021. Mandaya not able to keep it in play. Renildo there. The Atletico Madrid player, one of the highest profile players that Mozambique have at their disposal. Well, here they come again. It's well worked out, but can they keep it in play? Just not. And Rwanda nearly capitalizing there. You can hear a mixture of shouts in French and English, as well as Portuguese. Clearly trying to get both teams riled up in a frantic pace as it has started. An extremely direct game through the lines. And well contested there, but it seems like he has gone through the player there, Wambe Rafael. Back now with Thierry. But the space is crowded out. And Olivier Quizera just coming out of his box quite confidently. And it's proved effective, at least up until this moment. But Bizimana Jihad has done well to keep the ball for the Wasps. And Quizera taking no chances there with that goal kick. And that's neatly played out wide, but the first touch just too heavy from Imadishimwe. Mozambique just calming things down a little bit now on the right-hand side. It's neatly raked out. Finding Katamo on the right-hand side. Gets his head up and he cuts inside again. This left foot is looking dangerous. But not enough purchase on that cross. Just easily headed out there by Rwanda, who need to calm things down in the midfield. Well, Mozambique certainly making the use of their overlapping fullbacks, their wide men, seeking those strikers in the box. That's a delicious ball out wide, but unable to be kept in by Ali. The fullback again making the most of that overlap. This is a very large pitch, the FNB Stadium, so players can circulate around. The two coaches locked in a battle of wits. Chikwinyo Konde and his opposite number. Well, Carlos Ferrer, he took over at the end of March on a one-year contract for Ferwafa, the 47-year-old former coach of Kazakhstan. And he took over from Vincent Mashemi, who guided Rwanda to the quarters of the African Nations Championship. Not quite the same tournament as this, the African Cup of Nations, the cream of African football. Well, the Wasps doing well to at least retain a little bit of possession, a little bit of territory, as Carlos Ferreira looks to get his team off to a good start. And it's easily cleared. Back now with Rwanda. But it's a ferocious, pressurized attack from Mozambique. Very well got out though. Serumogo Ali. Serumogo rather, just playing off the defender but unable to keep the ball. As Rinaldo Mandava gets the Mambas back in attack, but Rwanda back in possession again. He touches out wide as the cross comes in, safely headed out. Glesio Bake, he looks in confident mood. Mozambique untroubled as of yet. Although Rwanda are playing with the same pace as their opponents, looking to counter in any kind of strategized form. The players do seem to be enjoying this sleek and slick grass, as well as the space, looking at their fullbacks. Back in the center now with Solomon Nirisarike. And again, it's that floated long ball, raking nearly 40 meters, but into the welcome grasp of Hernan Silwane. Well, we've seen that from both teams, a very direct approach. At least as far as the fullbacks are concerned. Here they come again with Mandava. Showing a bit of precision there with that left foot. And it's that raking ball out wide. Back to Mandava. Galloping down that left flank. And they've made it well, but the guardian, the goalkeeper, Kwizera, safe hands again. A bit of calm on the ball now from Rwanda. With Blaze back now into the center. Solomon Nirisarike. Bit of pressure on Manzi Thierry. Well, again, Kwizera's positioning is a bit suspect, and he's been forced into immediate evasive action. Well, Ferreira won't be liking that from his goalkeeper. A bit too risky in those moments. And the ball immediately back with Mozambique, who are showing a lot of possession here. Once again, that dangerous left foot of Mandava, seeing if he can manufacture some space. But well cleared out again by Rwanda. Not sticking though with their strikers, as Mozambique come again, this time through a long ball. Kwizera now grateful to be in the right place at the right time. The 26-year-old, an outspoken individual. Mandava on the ball now. Looking to pass a few triangles with that left flank. Just a little bit of miscommunication there. Well, you can see a bit of patience here from this Rwandan team. Not looking to do anything over extravagant just yet, but certainly not worth dallying on the ball for too long either, as Wizera looked to play a route one pass there from the goal kick. Mozambique playing through the lines, the Mambas determined to make the breakthrough early on, as we close in on 15 minutes of this opening Group L encounter. That's neatly done there in the middle of the park, looking to spread it out wide, which they have done. Here's Bake, and he's been shepherded out. Imanishimwe just doing enough. Bake once again, but just not the precise pass. And here's a chance for Rwanda to break. But again, the first touch letting down. Blaze just in that striking position. Oh, a risky pass. As Sitoe recycles now for Mozambique. And he's done very well here. As number 7, the captain, Palembe. And that's brilliant play to earn the foul. Dancing in and out. Bucket not waiting on not standing on ceremony rather, but his foot being stood on by the opposition to win the Mambas a free kick in, well, what surely should be a fanciful area for the left foot. Well, Jenny Katamo is waiting over the ball along with Pelembe. Katamo on the left-hand side, Palembe's right foot with a potential outswinger. Stanley Ratifo there at the back post, just possibly using his height. And he looks straight for goal. Well, nothing to worry the goalkeeper quite with that quite creative shot from Pelembe. Just hitting the side netting ultimately. But it was always ambitious from that angle with the right foot. It certainly looked to favor any kind of a left foot, almost expecting to see Mandava there. But yeah, Mozambique do come on that left-hand side. A little bit of skill, a little bit of trickery, seeking to do some damage and get the cross in. It is well defended by Ali. Witness Kwembo doing what he needed to do to just gain that territorial advantage. Ball coming back into the midfield and back to Mandava. Seeing a lot of action in this early exchange. But Mozambique's defense does look to take it out onto the right-hand side instead. And it's well played here again. Pakwe just looking to play in between that line and seeking a long throw advantage out of it. No, it's going to take it short. But Mozambique still have the ball here, the Mambas. And Chiquino Conde hoping that all of this pressure and possession will pay dividends. And that's well won back there. Some tenacious stuff from Rwanda to get the ball out wide. There's Ali on the ball. And slippery conditions, he has to be a bit careful here. Zanadine Jr. nearly caught on the ball. And it seems like the connection just a little bit broken here. We do apologize for the cut in broadcast. But back to the action here. As Ecclesio Bakwe makes inroads again, but keeping it safe this time. Mandava on the ball, asking a lot of the winger, and he nearly had it there. But Anje coming up trumps. And despite all that effort, Nishimwa Blaise just not managing to keep the ball in play. We're coming up on the 20-minute mark. We're still looking for a serious test of goalkeeper, a sting of the gloves, with either side feeling each other out. A lot of action on these sides of the park. Mozambique will be hoping for a little bit more precision, even from the goalkeeper. Of course, goalkeepers these days, they're not just required to be good shot stoppers, but footballers as well. As we seem to have an injury with Rafael York, the Swedish-based player. Flew all the way in from AFC Eskilstuna in Sweden. Helped up onto his feet by a referee, Wayesa from Ethiopia. Once again, that long ball seeking out the services of that fullback, Emel Imanishimwe. Clesio Bak thinking that he had the ball, but Rwanda at least having a bit of reprieve now. All the way back to Kwizera, who seeks that long ball out to that far side. A little bit of hesitation, but safely gathered by Anan Siluane. Siluane, the UD Songo player, played most matches for Mozambique, including 6 World Cup qualifiers in 2022. An experienced pair of hands, even at the young age of 23, Mozambique's goalkeeper. Mandava on the ball now. A clever run, full of instinctive prowess, and he's managed to keep it out here for Mozambique, who get the cross in. Well, you see the defender Solomon Nirisiarike clapping there. He knows that his head was a crucial element blocking that cross. And no chances taken at the end there by Mutsinzi Anje, just booting it out of play. Well, Mozambique come back again. It seems to be a running theme of the game. Once again, coming out wide here. But the Rwandan defense, well, it doesn't look like they are going to be such an easy team to get past in terms of whipping crosses in. They do have quite a fair amount of height there at the back. The likes of Nirisarike You can see him holding that line. Well, it's not easy to coach that in such a small amount of time, but Carlos Ferreira, he'll certainly be happy with the way that his defense have managed to withstand this Mozambican attack. You see once again running out of play. Some physical dominance there, with Bakwe just unable to keep the ball inside. Well, he did very well to get past Imanishimwe there. But in these conditions, that ball can travel extremely fast. Not an easy one to contain. That's decent pressure there from the Mozambican attack, forcing Rwanda to kick that ball out. Wakonde, he's got to be happy with that kind of pressure. His team have at least kept possession for much of the game, but even when they haven't had it, you see why they managed to recycle and gain hold of the ball as quickly as they do. Back now with Sitoe. Well, not quite on the same communication lines with Bake there. Rwanda trying to shield the ball, but it's won back here by Mozambique. A chance and an effort, and blazed over the bar. Well, Stanley Ratifo had the goal gazing in his sights. It was excellent work here out on this right-hand side to win the ball back. Katamo there, just passing it right through to Rafael, who managed to cross back. And then Ratifo just not keeping his head down. He was leaning back as he was taking the shot, so not the easiest of chances, but certainly a chance nonetheless, as Mozambique look to get that swift attack once again, the whole team moving as one. Well, early signs there, promising, as Mozambique can get it across again, and a shot, but excellently saved. Kwizera diving to his left-hand side there, denying Katamo. Well, he took it wrapping around on the left-hand side. Oh, it was a splendid save. A reaction stop there from Kwizera, who shows good faith as to why he has been chosen to lead this defense for Rwanda. The Wasps certainly coming out of that one grateful to their goalkeeper, as a corner is floated in, but not beating the strong heads. Well, one back again. A chance to cross here with Palembe. Lots of promising signs here, led by the captain, Palembe. Palembe himself, used to the South African conditions, playing for Royal AM in the PSL, the Premier Soccer League. It's all about sixes and sevens there for Rwanda in the midfield, very bunched up, but they do manage to come out with the ball, looking for that swift counter-attack, and they get it out wide. Imanishimwe on the ball, looking for an early cross, and it nearly trickles past the keeper. Well, that could have been completely against the run of play, as Captain Kagere was floating in. He has an instinct for goal, does the captain. Charging through. Oh, wow, what a chance. Nearly off the shin. He might have been unsighted with Mandava running through. But Carlos Ferreira, oh, he knows his team had a chance there. Well, this game is coming alive, certainly. Both the Mambas and the Wasps with equal chances. Certainly a far more lively affair than the opening 10 or 20 minutes. But as of yet, the score remaining 0-0. Bit of a risky play there by Serumogo Ali. And the referee just called back. He says he's seen something. Huizera just a bit in discomfort. It looks like he's not too happy with something on his leg, at least. We'll see what the medical staff say. Ferreira won't want his goalkeeper to be out of action after this. Actually would be his elbow, which is in a bit of pain. The magic spray coming out. Ferreira, he has Fiacre Ntwali and Yves Kimeni to call from on the bench. Two goalkeepers from Kigali and Kiyovu respectively. Well, look at that save there. That's another reason why the Rayon Sport 26-year-old won't want to be coming off anytime soon, and neither will Ferreira want his goalkeeper to come off. A spectacular save off that left-footed shot. Still clearly showing a bit of discomfort. The tall height of Stanley Ratifo. He might see that and say to himself, well, there is an opportunity for me if I can just get in and amongst it, especially in these set pieces. You can hear the players shouting for a corner, but referee Weyesa just waving play on. Mozambique back on the ball here. Edson Sitoy. Back now with Zainadine Jr. Junior again. And he's seen that left flank open. There's no one in the box just yet. If Mandeva can keep it alive, and he can. The experience showing through from the Atletico Madrid man, who is available again for the cross. Deciding, shimmying. And the ball looks like there was a collision of heads. It never looked like a Rwandan defense would be too overly troubled when faced with the height of Clesio Bakwe. Ratifo, the obvious target, the number 13. But some courageous defending in the end by the number 17, Manzi Thierry, who has flown from North Africa in Morocco, the AS FAR Rabat defender. Joined, of course, in defense by the fullback from Rwanda, Emmanuel Imanishwe. Teammates for the Moroccan side. And dilly-dallying again on the ball. As Rwanda make claims for a free kick, and they do have it this time. Weyesa deeming it a foul. It looks a bit like a flailing arm from Zainadine Jr. He pleads his innocence, of course. As we can see, he runs around it. Well, it didn't look on second appearance too much contact. We'll see it again. Yeah, oh no, there is the elbow clearly catching the captain in the face. Media Kagere taking one for the team. And a possible chance from a set piece here for Rwanda. Chances haven't been easy for them. We saw that Kagere opportunity early on. Well, at least earlier, a couple of minutes when we saw that counter-attacking approach. This offering Coach Ferre's side something a little bit different. We see the big men for Mozambique just making sure that that gap, that space in front of goal is closed. It could be any one of the three players. With a strike on goal, but safely gathered into the clutch of Silwane. Well, it did seem a little bit far out for that right-footed shot. An opportunity nonetheless, but perhaps a little bit more angle was needed for that free kick as Mozambique looked to drive. Mandava on the ball now. Out wide to Kwembo. Some drive there from the captain, Pelembe. And he looks to have been held back. The striker on both times, but the referee does wave play on. Some contestation there from both Stanley Ratifo and Gwambe Raphael there. Well, we would certainly like to have a look at that one again. It did look like an arm came over the Mozambican attackers, not once but twice. But referee Weyesa choosing to side with the defense on that time. More promising signs for Mozambique. The Mambas showing some industry as Mendeva seeks that crossfield pass once again. Well, there he is, Emmanuel Imanishwe, the Moroccan-based defender. Had his work cut out for him as Pelembe goes down under the challenge. A little bit naughty through the back from Medi Kagere. Evidence there by the foot on the back of the boot. Well, he knows that it wasn't the best challenge from a striker. Could have done a little bit more nuance. Could have done with it, at least. But Pelembe's okay, his opposite number. Pelembe just driving through previously. Mozambique thinking they may have had an opportunity at goal. Well, once again, with winter very much in Johannesburg, South Africa, it is not the warmest of conditions. The stadium can be quite open. You'll feel every bit of wind here. Mandava on the ball. Well, he won't be feeling too cold. He's been running all over the place. Well, 0-0 still the score as we approach the latter stages of the first half. Doing well there, Manishimwe, to at least relieve some pressure and possibly even earn his side a little bit better here. And through the back, Raphael York just a little bit eager. Bakwe. He did excellently to control it with his chest, and then completely threw the player from Rafael York. He argued his innocence, protested, but certainly a foul going right through Bakwe, who has been lively in and amongst it this evening. But both teams just seeking that extra bit of quality up front. The pressure is there, they are up for it. Not easy given these high-felt conditions. We'll see, of course, how it plays out in the second half, if players start to tire or not. Silwane playing a little bit of a risky pass, but it's coming off with Mandava now receiving it and looking for Pelembe. Captain now with Katamo. Out wide to Bakwe. And back, Shirley looking for that right-hand side to Rafael. But easily cleared. Well, that is one of the few instances where Stanley Ratifo has looked isolated up front, and it has certainly angered coach Chikwino Konde. He himself, a long-term striker for Mozambique, played in the same era as Tifo, the country's greatest ever goal scorer on the international stage. Konde himself also participating in all three African Cup of Nations that Mozambique were in prior to 2010. 2010, their last African Cup of Nations outing in South Africa. In Angola, rather. 85 club goals in 309 games for Konde, who also spent a lot of time in America with New England Revolution and Tampa Bay Mutiny. Certainly seeking a bit of a revolution here. Mandava on the ball, whips his cross in, but there's no one waiting exactly where it falls. As Rwanda seek a break, but just a little bit more patience required. Moachiri Hakizimana, he's been a bit quiet, the number 10. Another local based player for Carlos Ferreira's side, playing with Police in Rwanda. Konde just throwing back to his old skills as a striker, looking to get the game up and running as soon as possible. He knows that Mozambique can't afford to let off here. Their pressure has been good so far, their position has been good as well. Now it's all about that crucial goal as Pelembe seeks that attack. But the formation proving to be extremely efficient from Ferreira's side. The Wasps clearly well drilled, and not a lot of time for it either, with Ferreira just entering in March this year. Mozambique winning the throw up at the top of the field through Clesio Bakwe. Here's Sitoe seeking that long ball out wide, and he does find his man. Here's Mandava. And once again the left-hand side, and a header just past the right-hand side of the post. Oh, it was a very difficult action for Ratifo. Almost leaning back into it. And he did seem to be offside, so not sure it would have been given had the goal gone in. But once again, well, he had Quizera scrambling, almost taking a touch there, the number 13. Well, he did very well there to put himself in and amongst the defense. But here come Rwanda. There is a ball looking to be aimed through. And it's well defended in the end, and it had to be by Zanadine Jr. He had Blaise coming in at the back post there, just making that run. Some slippery conditions here as well. So the players do have to be wary, especially with those through balls coming in. Mozambique have to defend this coming. And a header over the bar. Again, some promising signs from Carlos Ferre's side. Thierry, he looked to be rising at that back post. A delicious cross. Maybe should have left it for Nidi Sarike. But chances at both end as the score stays 0-0 heading into the end of the half. Sito now out wide. Bakwe back to Sitoe. We've seen this from both teams, trying to be rather measured, like a pendulum in the defense. But a bit of pressure, and certainly coming back into the back of the player from Jihad, as 1 minute is called for extra time at the end of the first half. A bit too eager from the number 4. Applies his trade in Belgium with Dainze. Another international called up for the Rwandan side, but Mozambique just unable to thread the pass through on the left-hand side. Maybe another chance here. Well shut out. And a chance again for Rwanda to break. Here's Blaise on the ball. Passing it back patiently. Well, that is better from the Wasps. Up until that moment. And now a chance for Mozambique. And there's the half-time whistle. 0-0. No goals scored yet so far. An enterprising game, to say the least. Very slick conditions here in Johannesburg. Both sides have had their chances. Both sides unable to capitalize, whether it is for extreme levels of goalkeeping or just that final bit of composure in front of goal. As it stands though, half-time 0-0 between Mozambique and Rwanda in this African Cup of Nations qualifier. Both teams looking to get to Abidjan in 2023. Well, it's a game which has been dominated by Mozambique in large parts. 66% possession to just 33% from Rwanda, but that won't matter to Wasps coach Carlos Ferrer. His side have looked structured, at least in defense, moving as a team and limiting Mozambique to those shots. A lot of frustration from the coaches of Mozambique and Rwanda, but they are still within a shot of the game, both of them. 0-0 the score as it stands after that first half. Chiquino Conde and Carlos Ferrer, the men from Mozambique and Spain respectively. Conde, he represented Mozambique for 15 years. The players now checked by referee Bamlak Oyesa and his Ethiopian team, as Pelembe, the Royal AM midfielder, issues out one last cry of resilience before the second half gets underway. Pelembe with a lot of experience. Dominguez, as he's known in these parts, 38 years old, previously of Bidvest Wits, now Royal AM in the South African Premier Soccer League. 38 caps for Mozambique. Now one of the newer players though, Stanley Ratifo, over the ball. Applies his trade in Germany for Pforzheim, last scoring in a 2-2 draw for the Mambas against Guinea-Bissau in 2019. So not a lot of firepower for both sides, but a lot of endeavour, and a game which certainly can result in a goal. Well, the second half starting very much like the first. Another raking pass out to this left-hand side here from Witness Kwembo. Mandava seeking that far cross, but the options just closed down by the Rwandan defense. Structured, rigid, and it's just what Coach Ferrer will want to see. Dominguez out wide to Mandava, back to Pelembe. A little bit more urgency from the Mozambican side, but can't be caught on the ball. Manuel Kambala just offering his apologies to his teammates. The Maritimo man plies his trade in Portugal. As do many of these Mozambican stars. A little bit too cute there from Ali, the Rwandan fullback. And Mozambique have it back again. This time seeking to play on the right-hand side, but the options a bit closed down. Having to come now through the middle. And drawing the foul in the middle of the park. Raphael York, a bit too eager, coming through the back of the player. But here is Mandava, and he wins a corner for his team. Some ferocious shouting from the sidelines as Anje had to get back for the Wasps. The Amavubi defending yet another set play. Well, Kwizera hasn't been tested so far. Of course, we are only 3 minutes into the second half. He'll be hoping that that defensive line, led by Jihad, can get the ball away, which they safely do. Here's York looking for a swift counter, which has been illegally stopped by the Mambas. Now Pelembe coming out onto this left-hand side, driving forward, and a chance at whipping a ball in, but that's well played. Katamo winning a quick corner and looks to play it quickly as well. Pelembe, as the ball just into the grasp of the goalkeeper. Not quite a cross, not quite a shot there from Rafael. And that was a good idea out onto this right-hand side. Mandava called into action, just playing it safely rather than any fancy tricks to help Mozambique retain possession. Well, you can see once again that strike pressure forcing Quizera into doing something which he otherwise would not have. A bit frustrated with his defense, not on the same page. Neat interplay from Mozambique just in the back lines. Not looking to advance through any great rush, looking for that extra bit of composure, even having to start back with Siluane. Mandava. A raking pass out wide. Now with Katamo. Pelembe on the ball. And Rafael seeking that, but some more communication needed with the fullback. He raises his hand in apology. We see that earlier. Quizera just showing a bit of experience, but it's enough to get the heart racing for Carlos Ferrer. His goalkeeper was put under pressure by the number 13, Stanley Ratifo. He doesn't look too phased though. He's going to be okay. Anje with the throw. And Anje looking for a third man just out wide. A chance for a cross in, but no one in the box to meet it as Mozambique clear, and it's well held up there once again by Ratifo. A little bit in the wars there, the big number 13. But manages to get his team some reprieve. Well, Thierry just coming in through the back. An honest challenge. This game hasn't produced any yellow cards as of yet. We've seen some hard hitting, some bulldozing if you will, but nothing too untoward from either side. As Mozambique seek some passage into the wide areas. Looking to take on his man. But the defense holding strong from the Wasps. He does well though. As Ratifo gets it back. A bit of momentum lost though on the left-hand side. And just not the communication needed. Well, witness Quembo, he was dancing and wriggling his way. It looked like there could be an opportunity fashioned on this side, once again showing that they have some attacking prowess, but Rwanda still keeping their heads above water. As Pelembe, he had the chance to release it just a little bit quicker, but Mandava can make sure that it doesn't go to waste, seeking in the inside channel. And a little bit lackadaisical there. Pelembe You could hear his frustration. He was inside in that channel as York comes out with the ball. The fullbacks just taking a bit of time here to meet their compatriots. Mozambique, more pressure from the Rwandan attack. He does extremely well there though, does the fullback. Coming into the midfield, Mandava. Now Pelembe. And he does very well out on this right-hand side. Can he whip that ball in once again? And a strike at goal. That's excellently saved. Well, he did everything that was asked of him out on this right-hand side. But standing in his way was Kwizera. Keeping strong to deny Katamo. Some excellent cutting inside there on his left hand, on his left foot rather. The Wasps once again having Kwizera to thank for just keeping his position strong, diving down to his left-hand side. Mandava making the most of the backtracking Rwandan player, but Rwanda do have it back now. Blaze out wide to the number 10. Akizamin. And a chance now for Mozambique. Can they find the pass that will cut open this Rwandan defense? A deep ball seeks out Pelembe. Back to goal, he has to recycle it. A more patient approach there now from Mandava. Pelembe, a floated ball in. And it's well defended. Anja, the man, called into action for Rwanda. You can hear cries of attention, attention. One goal could win this game. Such is the tight margin that both teams have faced in front of goal. Mozambique once again choosing to apply that short corner, but they work it well as the ball is whipped in, and a chance, but surely the goalkeeper has been clattered in the process. Kwizera in a bit of trouble here, clutching his arm, but he did everything that was asked of him to repel this Mozambican attack. Pelembe finding his player. Well, it looked like he made the save first before responding. Oh, that was the knee. Ratifo coming in strong. He did very well there, did Kwizera. Back onto his feet, only showing to be in some pain after the second shot came through. Konde once again showing his frustration because he knows his Mozambican side is just edging ever closer. The Rayon Sports goalkeeper, forever a thorn in his side. Just doing enough to put Stanley Ratifo off from that shot. Brilliantly worked out on that left side by Pelembe. Well, the life of a goalkeeper is a hazard. You can see the strapping on Kwizera's right arm rather. Booted upfield by the Mozambican defense now. A little bit of a keepy-uppy from both teams. And safety first, back to Kwizera. Well, the ball does need to get onto the ground here for both sides, and Pelembe has done just that. Dominguez, the AM star, if we needed any more reminding, the score is still a couple of goose eggs, with both teams finding it quite hard to deliver with quality right when it's needed. There's York on the ball, but he does see that extended run, and it's well found. Imanishimwe does expertly to draw the tackle, but once again Mozambique come out not fooled into any rash decision making. Coming again now through Kambala. Now Mandava. Pelembe. Cuts inside. Mandava again. Now looking to come around through the right-hand side. But a strong, powerful defensive header. Niri Sarike not taking any prisoners with that defensive clearance. Well, York on the ground again. We saw him struggling in the first half. He shakes his head. It's not a very happy sight for him. And it does seem like Ferrer could be forced into his first change of the evening. We'll look at the skill here once again. Imanishimwe doing brilliantly to draw that defensive clearance, but ultimately Mozambique do survive, the chance not coming. Well, here are those changes. Antoine Ndayishimiye and Fitina Omborenga coming on, replacing Ratifo and Klesio for Rwanda. Ndayishimiye, another local star for Police, the Rwandan team. He is an attacker, Ndayishimiye, so certainly a goal is being sought by Ferrer and his side. And here they come, Rwanda, the Wasps on the ball, through the captain, but unable to find Imanishimwe. Sitoa out, the Moroccan-based man, drawing the foul, showing his experience and earning some much-needed territory for the Mambas. Mandava unable to see that space through the crowd of players, as Blaze looks for a looping ball, a bit of an up and under from the Mozambican defense. Zainadine Jr. Some unorthodox but possibly effective defense. And that won't suit Rwanda too well. Nearly 2/3 of the game gone here in Johannesburg. Neither side finding the back of the net so far, but both goalkeepers called into action at least. As the game starts again with the Atletico man Renildo Mandava. And again, just a little bit too much on that ball for Tsitoe. It's well played by Rwanda. But the space is just not available. Omborenga coming into the game for the first time. And a chance, looping over the goalkeeper, and what a goal! Nishimwe Blaze seeing the keeper off his line. Rwanda didn't have a chance, didn't have a sniff before this in the second half. But look at what it means to the Wasps from Kigali. Well, the defense from Mozambique was at all 6s and 7s. And it was that delightful floated ball from York. And cleared out, and we could just see all the defenders ball watching, keeper included. Well, the positioning was extremely suspect from Siluane. Kambala doing everything he could to prevent that coming in. And the keeper just off his line, enabling Blaze to blaze the ball into the back of the net. Jubilation. And for Carlos Ferrer, what a start as coach of the Amavubi. 1-0 in the 65th minute here in the African Cup of Nations qualifier. Well, let's see how Mozambique can respond here. They know that this is one of their best opportunities at gaining 3 points, a crucial 3 points. And if they can't do it here, the rest of the group is going to prove particularly tricky indeed, as Mandava comes looking to make amends straight away. In all of that chaos, and it's chance straight away. Well, how about that? Tit for tat, Stanley Ratifo. Getting his head on the end of a delightful cross ball. He thought the chance had gone there. Certainly not offsides as he strayed into the box, ghosting past the defender. And how about that as well for a first involvement from Gildo Vilanculos, the Amora forward from Portugal. An assist with one of his first touches. One, and as I say this, all that excitement I've seen. The goal not given. No, 1-1, there it is. The goal has been given. As Mozambique looks to come again, and nearly Ratifo straight away. Well, how about that for a ball? Vilanculos expertly finding his strike partner, the Forzheimer striker, Stanley Ratifo. Adds to his 2 international goals now for Mozambique. Now sitting on 3 in 13 caps. And game on once again. Well, no goals for 65 minutes and then 2-2. We have a game on our hands. Reginaldo Fight also on the field now, the number 9. Coach Kondo, he's certainly got some invigorated energy. He knows what that goal meant to respond in such quick fashion after Rwanda did so brilliantly, Carlos Ferreira's side, to take the lead through Blaise. Mandava now looking out wide, yeah. Katamo earning his team a throw. Some lively runs from the Mamba's winger to get his team onto the front foot. We saw that shot earlier in the first half, cutting in on that left-hand side. Here he is again on that left foot of his, changing flank with Mandava. But Rwanda have the ball back, evenly poised with 20 minutes to go this first game in Group L. York plays it out wide. And that's well held up by the number 9. Daishimiye just tasting his first bit of action in the game so far. Certainly looking to get himself amongst the defenders. Oh, and Rwanda certainly thought they had made it, but illegally so, says referee Weyesa. Still no yellow cards in this game so far, as the fouls do begin to mount. That time on Klesio Bakwe. Well, Vilanculos certainly making himself known as well. Man based in Amora, Portugal. And that looked a bit like it could have not crossed the line beforehand, but Kwizera gets away with it. Not taking any chances, it seemed, but he understood the dimensions of his goalpost. As more substitutes are being called. Here's the goal scorer, Nishimwe Blaise. Well, such elation, and so soon after, some despair. He couldn't have placed it any better if he had tried. The goalkeeper off his line. Blaise being replaced there by Jabel Manishimwe. And here's Mozambique's goal scorer, Ratifo. But unfortunately for his team, unable to keep that in play. Konde going ballistic on the sidelines. But this could offer Mozambique a chance. A strike on goal, when surely he would have been better placed to pass it out to the right-hand side. Well, the lights lit up for Reginaldo Fight, as Pelembe is barged through. Another foul. Saying he got the ball there, Jihad. but not so, says the referee. Vilanculos seems to be everywhere. A spark in the step for the Mambas. They won't be happy with the 1-1 draw. Despite coming back from that goal down, they certainly need to make the most of their home territory. Looking out wide and just too much on it. Rafael York not impressed with his play. As Mandava seeking a long ball himself for the Mozambican side. And into the center of the park. Dominguez. Clearly carrying that exasperation felt from the Mozambique captain. But his team still managed to have the ball. Vilanculos tackled expertly on this right-hand side. Anje making sure that the defense stays as rigid as possible. Well, he had to get that timing exactly correct. Sitoe out to the right-hand side. Now with the captain, Kagere. The advantage played on by the referee. It seemed like Rwanda might still have that free kick called, but advantage over, and Mozambique now with the chance to look forward once again. With just 15 minutes left to this game. The Mambas doing all the attacking. Ratifo climbing above the last defender. Well, he took his goal very well, didn't he? The tall number 13. All about finding that space in that pocket behind the defense. And for the third time this game, York seems to be in a bit of trouble. This now his fourth cap for Rwanda, having played 3 World Cup qualifiers prior to this. But he does seem to be signaling that his night is at last over. Imanishimwe caught under it and forcing a header, safely gathered though by Kwizera. Slightly foolish there from Rwanda's defense. They know that any mistake now could be crucial. Well, York, I did say that it looked like his night was over. He seems to be recovering, almost a Lazarus effect every single time he goes down. And his team certainly needs him to help out here for the defense. As Katamo once again on this right-hand side, giving the opposition plenty of issues. The 21-year-old Katamo showing his vigor of youth, whereas here the 38-year-old Palembe, it's more about the experience. Yes, Sitoe on the ball. Back to Siluanu, who hasn't been needed or called upon since the goal went in. Didn't even get a touch to the ball then either. The Rwandan defense looking to keep it out of the touchline, but failing to do so. And here we come with Mozambique. Renildo Mandava with the throw. Back to Dominguez. And Junior has to seek out his goalkeeper as Pelembe starts the move once again. But Rwanda closing down the spaces admirably. A diamond up top, quite evident there. Captain Kagere leading the line. Well, York, he seemed to be down and out, but he is certainly back on his feet again. As Kambala looks for options. Kambala once again. Plays it short, plays it safe. Pelembe just dropping a little bit deeper now. Mozambique almost playing with a back three as they seek to get one over their opponents, flooding that midfield area as well as the attack, and it could pay dividends here. But the ball needed to be stronger from Katamo. We can see it on his right hand side. Very much a left-footed player. And even that ball coming through from Rwanda, cut out quite simply through Sitoe. Oh, but trouble could be here, as Rwanda needed a better ball to capitalize. Well, some complacency creeping into the back line in Mozambique's side. Chiquinho Konde won't want any of that from his team, as they spread it out wide. Vinankulo. Substitutes combining earlier as the shot comes from distance. Well, it didn't look like there was too much danger there for Kwizera, but with any kind of bobbling on the turf, he had to stay alert. He had to stay alive to it. Sitoe trying the long efforts, and Rwanda will be happy with that as long as they reduce the Mambas to long shots. The captain for Rwanda being called off in place of Jean Bosco Ruboneka, plying his trade in Rwanda with APR, while Muhire Kevin, rather, the number 11, a midfield substitute. So, two attacking moves from coach Carlos Ferrer, Salomon Nirisarike, and captain Medi Kagere, the two players to depart for Rwanda. Mozambique themselves making a change. Bruno Langa, you can hear his name being called out there, coming on for the captain. He has run himself into the ground. Dominguez, Elias Gaspar Pelembe, the Royal AM forward. He was dropping deeper and deeper, almost playing in defense at one stage before the substitution. Inventive play, but definitely meter run too much. as Langa looks to get into the action straight away. Another one of those who plies his trade in Portugal with Chavez. Easy pickings now for Siluane. What can he do now? Just over 5 minutes left of a normal time for either side to find that elusive goal. Junior being given the armband in the absence of Dominguez. And that's great pressure from Rwanda, but not making the most of it when they needed to. A bit of confusion here for the throw-in, but it does look like the Wasps have the ball. Weyesa, the referee, just pointing to it, and they've done expertly to fish it out of the danger area. A chance for the ball to be crossed in, and just evading everyone, including the left back, who does manage to get the ball in, and it's tipped over the crossbar by Siluane. Well, it looked like the chance had gone for Rwanda before Emmanuel Imanishimwe managed to get his left foot all the way. Regina Fat meeting the ball, and now Mozambique clearing the ball from the resultant corner. Well, the Tirana star making the goalkeeper save smartly just to tip over his post. 1-1 the score remains as Rwanda seek out that precise move, and a chance again, but the referee does blow his whistle this time, calling for some calm. Well, Jihad stopping an immediate counter. As Mozambique caught on the ball once again. Well, Rwanda have been alert to every bit of scrap that has been offered their way, and now they can seek to cross it. Jihad. Well, another break here from Mozambique, and that is naughty, and it should produce the first card of the game. Certainly illegal, stopping that break. I see that chance once again. That goal from the number 13, Stanley Ratifo, coming just after Rwanda had opened the scoring. Itina Omborenga coming on as a substitute, the defender, and earning his team a yellow card for his efforts. And as we speak, Stelio Ernesto, the midfielder from Costa do Sol, joins the fray, hoping to make some kind of an attacking move. Stanley Ratifo, the striker, he's done his part for the day, got his third goal on international duty. But still, a 1-1 draw won't suffice either team, especially when you look at who the other participants of this group are. Mozambique playing through the lines. looking to stretch this Rwandan defense through Katamo. Katamo, rather, it was. But now Rwanda can do the same to the opposition. The Amavubi, desperate cries for the free kick there, but nothing giving. Well, it's all a bit frantic here as Kwizera starts back and forth between the Mambas and the Wasps. Jihad now on the ball. And despite the outstretched leg of the defender, Rwanda have it back again through Imanishimwe. Finds his man, but the touch just letting down Fitina Omborenga, the man who has been carded, the only card of the game so far. Floating over the defense. Once again, Rwanda with a chance at goal. Well, it wasn't clear really what Silwane was getting up to there in terms of his saving position. Looked a bit frantic while getting down. Oh, it was the deflection. It was the deflection, causing a little bit of a nuisance for the man who keeps between the sticks in Desportivo de Songa. 3 minutes of extra time in all of that as we approach the end of this first African Cup of Nations qualifier. Can either side find that intricate pass, that clinical shot, as Stelio Ernesto puts himself about, drawing the ire of the Rwandan team, who themselves are on the ball, the men in blue. Cries of a shot, but well saved. Better positioning there from Silwane, not called into anything too dramatic. As Vilankulos seeks to find his teammate a little bit haphazard from both teams, and it all emanates in the just flying into the challenge. He's as if to say, what else could I do? Well, he might have gotten a slight toe edge onto the ball, but going through the player like that certainly will always draw at least a decision to make from the referee. One which Weyesa felt was a free kick, and it's allowed Rwanda a chance right at the death of the game. Last chance saloon here, but unable to keep it in play, the Wasps. Mozambique looking for their options and nothing given. Weyesa blows his final whistle and it finishes 1-1. Chikwino Konde incandescent. He knows his team had the chance to at least capitalize on those mistakes from the Rwandan defense. Carlos Ferrer, he will probably be leaving this pitch the happier of the two coaches. Well, Silwane wasn't called into much action until the last 10 minutes, just saving through a deflection and a shot straight at him. The coaching continues. But you can see the absolute ferocity from Conde as his team have spurned a chance to take a win back to Maputo. And that's why, because Mozambique certainly had a Group L, Rwanda now can take this as a prized point back to Kigali, their opposition side. A relatively clean game as well, just one yellow card right at the end. But let's revisit this game here as an expert save from Kwizera. Denied Katamo's left foot. A truly brilliant stop from the Rayon Sports goalkeeper. And Mozambique coming again, finding a deft header from the ultimate goal scorer Ratifo, coming back from an offsides position through an extremely difficult angle as Dominguez started this attack. Catano doing brilliantly to round his defender, cutting inside, but saved once again, going down low by Kwizera. Much to owe their goalkeeper had Rwanda, leaving Conde bewildered as to what his team had to do to get past the 26-year-old man between the sticks. Catano again crossing the ball, he was in it, forcing Kwizera to go down low. Again doing what he was asked of, him, the goalie for Rwanda, as Stanley Ratifo came. But here was the goal for Rwanda. Completely haphazard defending and positioning by the goalkeeper, leading to jubilant celebrations from that fortuitous drop and bounce. Ishimwe Blaze, well, he'll be going back a content man, making the most of that opportunity. He thought at least, and then just 2 minutes later, substitute Vilankulos floats the ball in, and what a header it was by Ratifo, ghosting between the centre backs of Rwanda to find the back of the net. And just towards the end, tipped over the bar. Siluane forced into a save. Recycled here by the Rwandan fullback. So there we have it, the 1-1 score, and we can look forward to that game between Senegal and Benin, the other two contestants in this group. 7 o'clock Central African time, or night.